So, Roy Keane has said that Tottenham Hotspur and Manchester United are an absolute disgrace. Is Roy Keane right? Now, both Man U fans and Tottenham fans, of which I am a Tottenham fan, probably won't want to hear that. But we do know that football fans don't like the truth. Now, is what Roy Keane said correct? Let's look at the evidence. Roy Keane has said that Tottenham Hotspur and Man United are a disgrace because, one, they've not been able to balance the league and the Europa League, and saying that the teams that we were playing were lesser teams, so it shouldn't have affected our league form. Now, I absolutely, and again, as a Spurs fan, I absolutely agree with this notion. I think it's utterly ridiculous when I hear, but, the Europa League. But, we've forgotten the league because it's all about Europa. Who have both teams played? I mean, Man U have played a little bit better teams, but we've not been playing Europe's elite. So for me, I completely agree with him. He's also said that the lack of fight in some of the Premier League games is a complete disgrace from both clubs. And again, I'll leave the Man United fans to talk about their club, but absolutely agree. When I watch Spurs, when I watch how we've set up in Premier League games in recent months, I think it's an utter disgrace. I think it's an utter shit show if we're going to be brutally honest. I keep hearing, doesn't matter, it's all about Bilbao. Sure, but are these players not paid really well to play in the Premier League? Did both these clubs not know at the beginning of the season that they were going to have a Europa League campaign? Did both these clubs not understand that from qualifying for Europe last year, that this is what was going to happen this year? And for me, I don't like fans that make the excuses. Now, this might make people hate me. I get that. But I can't understand this whole notion of don't worry about Europe. Sorry, don't worry about the Premier League. It's all about Europe. So I make Roy Keane absolutely bang on. I look at Spurs, for example. Played teams like Elfsborg, Ferencváros, AZ Alkmaar, Bodo Glimt. I mean, the best team we've played is a Frankfurt that fell off a cliff when Omar Mamouche left back in January. Yet everyone going, oh my God, look how great we've been in the Europa. Well, how can these clubs claim to want to be a big club that wins things? Yet we're just saying, well, we've got to the Europa League. So that makes it okay that we're in 16th and 17th, the two clubs respectively. I'm not buying it at all. I think it's an utter disgrace. I agree with Roy Keane entirely. Take Spurs, for example. Spurs, in their last two Premier League games, have put out, I would say, weaker teams, but like so weak. And Ange Postecoglou sat there giving this heartfelt speech, didn't he? This heartfelt speech. Guys, I'm so proud of you. We've got to the final. Now, he said, we're going to use the next two league games to prepare for Bilbao. How have you done that exactly, Ange? You've left out all the first team players. So we're going into this game and the first team players haven't got minutes in their legs for the last two games. Maybe 10 minutes here, 15 minutes there. You've not tried anything in terms of tactical shape. He's not tried anything in terms of finding solutions for players being out like James Maddison and Kulusevski. So what is it that we were doing in those two games? And that all boils back to what Roy Keane said. The way these two clubs have treated the Europa League and the Premier League is a disgrace. Man United as a club, let me start on them for a bit. Now, do I think Man U have the greatest squad ever? No. Do I think they've got the greatest forwards ever? No. Should Manchester United with that squad be 16th in the Premier League? Absolutely not. And that's why this game boils down to, doesn't it? This game boils down to a get out of jail free card for both clubs. Both clubs have got that get out of jail free card. Both clubs can turn around, whoever wins it, can turn around at the end of that 90 minutes and go, well, it doesn't matter anymore, does it? But for some of us fans, it does matter. I don't want to see my team sitting in 17th. I don't want to see my team having the worst Premier League season we've ever had. I don't want to see my team losing 21 games. I don't want to see this. For Tottenham, this is the lowest points tally we've ever had in the Premier League. No matter what happens against Brighton, we will finish a minimum of 3 points off of the 44 points, which was our worst ever Premier League total. We're currently on 38 points. That's disgusting. 21 league defeats. That's more than any other Premier League campaign we've ever had. That is utterly disgusting. So no, all these people saying, oh, if you had been offered 17th in the Europa League at the beginning of the season, you would have taken it. Nope, not me. I think it's disgusting. We're now at the stage where, for me, winning this Europa League is an absolute fundamental necessity for so many reasons. For Spurs to be able to buy players. For Spurs to have a little bit of pride in what has been an absolutely shambolic season. Yes, we need to win a trophy to get that monkey off our back. 17 years without a trophy. But more importantly than that, you can't finish 17th, not be in Europe next year, and then go and try and sign better players. Man United, well, they're different. Man United, we've already seen today, are going to be buying Matheus Cunha. We've already seen that they're apparently going to be in talks with players like Ederson. But for Spurs, I think it's a disgrace. Let me know your thoughts. Was Roy Keane right? We know that Roy Keane doesn't mix his words. We know that Roy Keane gets straight to the point, and that's what I love about him. I think he's right. An utter disgrace from both clubs to not be able to balance the Europa League as weak as that's been with the Premier League. Let me know your thoughts. Take care. See you soon.